Leah Morgan's life seems perfect. She's thriving as a talented architect in London, married to Daniel, a charming financial analyst who appears utterly devoted. Their days are filled with routines of shared breakfasts, whispered dreams of a future family, and elegant dinner parties. To friends and colleagues, they're the golden couple, the portrait of urban success. Leah believes it too, until a small moment shatters her world. One morning at work, a courier delivers an envelope addressed to her. Curious, she opens it and nearly drops it in shock. Inside is a photograph of Daniel, standing close to another woman, their bodies angled toward each other in intimate familiarity. Behind them is a sunlit seaside village Leah doesn't recognize. Waves of disbelief and nausea wash over her as she stares at Daniel's smiling face in the arms of someone else. She hides the photo quickly, afraid of what it might mean, trying to push away the rising panic that her perfect life may be nothing but a lie. That evening, Leah tries to keep herself composed during dinner. She studies Daniel's gestures, every flicker of his eyes, searching for cracks. Finally, unable to hold it in any longer, she shows him the photograph. Daniel's reaction is immediate and defensive. He scoffs at the idea of cheating, dismissing the photo as either old or fabricated. He refuses to identify the woman or explain why he was in the mysterious seaside town without Leah. Though his words deny everything, his forced calm and sudden flashes of anger leave Leah deeply unsettled. When he storms off to his study, slamming the door behind him, she's left staring at her reflection in the darkened window, realizing that a wedge has formed between them. The man who was once her anchor suddenly feels like a stranger. The following days bring an unbearable tension. Leah tries to focus on her projects at the firm, but the photograph haunts her. Every client meeting and design discussion feels hollow. Meanwhile, Daniel becomes increasingly distant. He's glued to his phone, sneaking out to take calls, and coming home later each night with flimsy excuses about work crises. One evening, Leah lies awake while Daniel sleeps beside her, scrolling through images of seaside towns, desperate to recognize the place in the photo. She notices how his face, once a source of comfort, now fills her with unease. She begins to suspect that the secrets go deeper than an affair, and wonders what else Daniel might be hiding. Late one night, Leah finally pieces together clues from the photo, unique rooftops, a distinctive lighthouse, and realizes it was taken in Whitestone Bay, a small coastal town they'd once planned to visit. The revelation slices through her like a blade. She recalls how she and Daniel had talked about escaping there for a romantic weekend, but the trip was cancelled when he claimed a sudden work emergency. Determined to uncover the truth, Leah decides she must go to Whitestone Bay herself. The next morning, she books a day off work under the pretense of feeling unwell. As she packs a small overnight bag, she stares at Daniel's empty side of the closet, torn between fear and the burning need for answers. Leah drives the winding roads to Whitestone Bay, anxiety gripping her chest tighter with every mile. The town is picturesque, filled with quaint shops, colorful fishing boats, and seagulls wheeling overhead. She quickly finds the waterfront cafe that matches the photo's background. Heart pounding, she goes inside and cautiously shows the photo to the cafe owner. The owner stiffens, confirming that Daniel and the woman, whom locals call Sophie, were there only weeks ago. However, as Leah asks more questions, other locals become guarded, exchanging nervous glances. It's as though an invisible wall rises around the truth. Leah leaves, feeling as though invisible eyes are following her. The realization that Daniel has been leading a secret life both terrifies and steels her resolve. Back in London, Leah can hardly process what she's learned. Before she can plan her next step, another envelope arrives at her office. This one is thicker, heavier. Inside, she finds a series of photographs, Daniel and the same woman laughing, holding hands, even sharing a kiss in the same seaside village. A typed note accompanies them. "He's not who you think he is. And you're not safe." The room spins around her. The images feel like physical blows. Leah locks herself in the bathroom, shaking. Now, it's not just infidelity, it's secrecy with a dangerous edge. She realizes she might be dealing with more than a marital betrayal. She might be living with someone she doesn't know at all. Leah becomes consumed with finding the truth. She waits until Daniel is asleep and logs into their shared financial accounts. What she finds freezes her blood: tens of thousands of pounds withdrawn in cash over several months, and unexplained payments to a law firm she's never heard of. Her hands trembling, Leah prints out statements and stores them in a safe place. Each new discovery deepens the chasm between them. Leah's mind races with terrifying questions. Is Daniel involved in criminal activity? Is Sophie blackmailing him? And why is Leah receiving threats warning her to stay silent? Determined to put a name to the mystery woman, Leah scours social media and business networking sites. A breakthrough comes when she finds a profile for Sophie Carter, a freelance financial consultant. Digging deeper, Leah discovers old news articles linking Sophie to a scandal involving investment fraud where millions vanished, and one business partner disappeared under suspicious circumstances. A sense of dread tightens around Leah's chest. It dawns on her that Sophie isn't just a mistress. She's a key to a dangerous past. Leah realizes that Daniel's secrets may extend far beyond infidelity, into crime, deception, and potentially violence. Convinced she must confront him again, Leah waits for Daniel to come home one evening. As soon as he walks in, she shows him Sophie's profile and demands the truth. Daniel snaps, screaming that Leah is spying on him, calling her paranoid and unstable. His rage frightens her. For the first time, Leah truly fears him. As Daniel storms out, slamming the door behind him, Leah is left trembling in their living room, clutching the printed photos. Her once safe home now feels like a prison of secrets. Shaken, Leah turns to her best friend, Hannah, meeting her for lunch in a quiet cafe. She spills the entire story: the photos, the money, the hidden identity of Sophie Carter. Hannah listens intently, her brow creased in worry. She urges Leah to leave Daniel or go to the police, warning that secrets like these can escalate into danger. But Leah hesitates. She can't accept that the man she loved so fiercely might be a criminal, or worse. Hannah begs her to think of her safety first. Leah leaves the cafe feeling torn, the weight of loyalty battling the fear inside her. Desperate for answers, Leah tries to reach Sophie directly. She calls numbers linked to Sophie's business and visits her listed address. But Sophie's flat is abandoned, her mail piling up. Neighbors say she left in a hurry weeks ago and hasn't returned. Leah goes to the police, reporting Sophie as a missing person. But the officer barely listens, dismissing it as a likely voluntary disappearance. Leah feels helpless and increasingly convinced that Daniel is involved. Her fear grows that Sophie might already be dead, and that she could be next. One evening, Leah leaves work to find her car tires slashed. Later that night, she receives a text from an unknown number. "Stop digging or next time it's you." Her chest constricts in terror. For the first time, she feels the true weight of the danger surrounding her. Leah begins double-locking her doors, peeking out windows, jumping at every sound. Yet even as fear threatens to paralyze her, she knows she can't walk away. She has to know the truth, even if it costs her everything. Determined to get answers, Leah returns to Whitestone Bay. This time, she stays longer, talking to hotel staff and cafe workers who remember Daniel and Sophie arguing heatedly the night before Sophie disappeared. A hotel clerk reluctantly admits Sophie seemed scared and left suddenly. Despite locals warning her to leave the past buried, Leah refuses. The silence surrounding Daniel's secret life fuels her obsession. She knows now that uncovering the truth is the only way to survive. Leah digs into court records and discovers the devastating truth: Daniel's real name is Daniel Summers. Years ago, he was investigated in a financial scandal involving embezzlement and a partner who vanished. Sophie had tracked him down, demanding hush money or threatening to go public. Leah reels with shock, realizing her marriage has been a lie from the start. The man she built her life with isn't just an adulterer, he's been running from his past for years. And now, his secrets have endangered her life. In desperation, Leah goes to Hannah again, hoping for comfort. But Hannah's demeanor has changed. She's strangely cool, dismissive, and insists Leah should stop digging. Leah realizes with horror that Hannah might be under Daniel's influence, or hiding secrets of her own. Feeling more isolated than ever, Leah decides she has no choice but to act alone. She can't trust anyone now, not even her best friend. Leah becomes methodical, gathering evidence in secret. She photographs financial statements, prints emails, and records conversations. She consults a lawyer who warns her that exposing Daniel could bring violent repercussions, but also reassures her that legally, she has the upper hand if she acts carefully. Determined, Leah starts assembling a file for the police. It's her only protection. She knows the closer she gets to the truth, the more dangerous Daniel will become. Leah decides there can be no running anymore. She confronts Daniel one final time, showing him the evidence and threatening to go to the authorities. Daniel, cornered, admits his true identity and past crimes but insists he's changed. He claims Sophie was extorting him and that he did everything to protect Leah. But as he speaks, Leah sees flashes of manipulation in his eyes. She refuses to be swayed, telling Daniel it's over. His mask slips, and hatred flashes across his face. That night, Daniel returns home in a fury. He lunges at Leah, trying to seize her phone and the file of evidence. A violent struggle explodes in their living room. Leah fights back with desperate strength, clawing and kicking, managing to escape through the front door and flee into the street. She calls the police while hiding in a neighbor's yard, shaking and bleeding. For the first time, she understands Daniel was ready to kill her to protect his secrets. Police apprehend Daniel at a train station trying to flee the country. News outlets explode with the scandal. Daniel is charged with fraud, assault, and attempted murder. Meanwhile, Sophie Carter is found alive, hiding in a safe house after receiving threats from Daniel's associates. Leah gives a statement to the police, watched by cameras and reporters. Her private life is now painfully public, but she's determined to see justice done. She realizes she's stronger than she ever believed. Months later, Leah stands on the cliffs above Whitestone Bay, breathing in the salty wind. The sun rises over the water, casting gold across the waves. She reflects on how close she came to losing herself, and how trust, the very foundation of love, can sometimes hide the darkest shadows. Though scarred, she's moving forward, determined to rebuild her life on truth rather than illusions. As the ocean roars below, Leah feels the weight lift from her chest. She knows that while shadows will always exist, she'll never again let them steal her light.